Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac. In this episode, I want to go ahead and do the Doctor's Revenge Challenge. There are a couple of good challenges I could do here, and I actually did not expect all of these to be unlocked, except for the 10th one, of course, which I believe you get after you beat Isaac, but the other 9 are unlocked. But at this point, all I really want to do is the Doctor's Revenge. Now, I would like to actually make this into a bit of a speed run. A Curse of Labyrinth floor is probably not the best start to actually do a speed run, but I've always been a really big fan of speed runs. The 2 of Spades, that's actually keys, not bombs like I thought at first, so that wasn't as useless as I first thought it was. I'm not sure if I was going to do a speed run, if it would be worth looking for the secret rooms and stuff like that. Of course, the only really kind of limiting factor in the Doctor's Revenge challenge run, to me anyway, is the fact that we have very little, and apparently we get the bean. I guess that was from blowing up that poop, but there are very little, or we have very little health to start the challenge run, and there are no item rooms basically, so we're not really going to be able to get any extra health unless we get it from like a boss, or maybe if we get, spirit heart drops or whatever. And we are lucky, speaking of the boss, of finding it right away. Now, I thought Pin was going to nail me right there at the very beginning. Speaking of nailing Pin, I was trying to think, there's not really a pun to be had there, never mind. If you're not familiar, I really do like to make puns out of pretty much everything, but Pin, we can pretty much nail him to the wall there, because Pin is not one to be able to, like, stand up, I guess, to Dr. Fetus. And there, I guess, apparently Duke of Flies is not either. Now, we did get a devil, or deal with the devil there. I'm not sure if we really need a deal with the devil, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next floor. I would have gone in there, but in this situation, it's not really worth giving up heart containers for the, I can't really think of anything that we could get from the deal with the devil that would even be worth it. I was thinking maybe a flying item, but even a flying item probably would not be enough of an incentive to just waste my, kind of limited heart containers. Like I said, we're not going to be getting any from item rooms, and we're only very rarely probably going to be getting them from boss rooms. But we have made our way into yet another boss room here. We're kind of flying by these. I didn't expect this to go so quickly. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the final boss that we have to go to in the Doctor's Revenge Challenge is actually Mom's Heart, so we're making pretty good progress. If I could get this in under 15 minutes, I would be extremely happy. That would be a really good time, I think. Now, if this would, I was going to say, if that would just go ahead and go off, that would be really great. Now, one thing I kind of want to address, apparently people thought my last episode was post-commentary for some reason. That kind of blew my mind, because I don't ever do post-commentary, and especially, I thought it was so obvious that it was live commentary while I was watching it. It's just, I couldn't believe that anybody could think it was post-commentary. I mean, I don't know what to do to prove it to you. I mean, pause menu, off. Or, well, I guess we're going to go to the die menu here. But there's not really anything I can do to prove it to you that it's post-commentary, I guess, unless I, dictate every single little move I'm going to make. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Not that, post-commentary is a bad thing or anything, and I don't really care if people think that. It's just kind of weird to me that, the one episode that I do, or the one series that I do, is more reactionary than any of the other games I've ever done. Is kind of, or, has more, reactive commentary than any other game I've ever done, that people would think that it was post-commentary. I don't know, I'm not, mad or anything. It's just kind of, like I said, a little bit mind-blowing, but I am gonna, let's get past that situation, or that topic, I guess. If I could go ahead and get rid of the spider, that'd be great. Just gonna go ahead and drop in a Doctor's Remote thing here. Unfortunately, I hit myself there, but I did get some pills here. And that is a Telepills, which is not what I wanted in this situation. I kind of wanted that to be maybe a Balls of Steel. Luckily, I was able to take out Greed in just a very few number of shots. Not exactly what I wanted, though, because like I said, I would like to make this a bit of a speed run. Fortunately, I threw that bomb right in there where it needed to be to blow up the door. What I would have liked, I think I might have already said this, would have been some Balls of Steel pills from that pile there. And also, the bad thing is that I had an Angel Room there, so I could have gotten some good. Fortunately, I got a Pretty Fly, so that will be good for some extra defense, I guess. Might as well go ahead and use this. Bad Gas, that's not exactly anything good, but it's not exactly bad either. Also, I'm not sure if you can get the Dark Boy achievements and stuff like that and there's another health upgrade, that's really good. I'm not sure if you can get the Dark Boy and Mama's Boy achievements in the challenge runs, but if you can, I have a feeling that the Doctor's Revenge Challenge might just be one of the best ones anyway for doing that. Maybe Isaac was good today because you can fly, and, flying is always a good thing for not taking damage because you can hide out over rocks or you can hide out over gaps or whatever. But I have a feeling that Doctor's Revenge might be a good one also, because you can, you know, take out pretty much everything in one shot. And I'm getting really lucky as far as finding, finding the boss rooms pretty much right away. Here we get the moon. I might use that on the next floor to see if I can't get next to the boss room a little bit more quickly. Maybe use that as like a, you know, scouting out the floor type item. If I can go ahead and take out Monstro really quickly, that would be great. Monstro is one of those that seems like it has a lot more HP than maybe an enemy on this floor should. But then again, we are on the floor. I can't believe I just took damage there. But we are on the Wrath of the Lamb floor for the depths here, so I guess I can't really blame him too much. I would have liked to have looped Monstro a little bit better than that, but we did take him out without too much of a problem there. We get the Magic 8-Ball, and we also get the 2 of Clubs. That will double our bombs. I was going to say dominate our bombs. Don't know why I would have said that. But we now have 16 bombs. Unfortunately, that's not really useful whatsoever because we have unlimited bombs. And we teleport right into the secret room and grab raw liver. I think this is going to be a good run as far as luck and speed. Usually you get one or the other. You try and go too fast, you don't get any luck. I think this is going to be one of those rare runs where we get both. Not going to go into the shop. Maybe I should, just in case there is a map on sale or something in there. I don't think it's exactly worth it. You know what? I take that back. I'm going to go ahead and go into the shop. Well, unluckily, Chubb did not die there when I thought he would, but he went down without too much more of a problem there. And the map is not on sale, but it is in the shop. That is a good thing. I just need to see if maybe I can't find an extra 6 cents. You know, 6 cents. I really want to see that movie. If you don't believe me, or, you know, whatever, I have not seen the 6 Cents movie, and I've really, you know, wanted to see that forever because I've heard it was pretty good. I don't know if it's actually good or not, but I would love to see it regardless. Now, hopefully this golden chest has some money in it. I'm not sure if the green things blow up or not blow up. I said blow up because I guess the bomb was blowing up as I was talking. I wasn't sure if it was going to give me money or not. Unfortunately, it did not. And we have 14 cents at this point, which, of course, it's not 15 cents. We need to find 1 extra cent. Not exactly sure where we're going to find that unless we get lucky with a poop drop, or maybe here's a world card. Might as well go ahead and use that. I don't really mind. You know, that was actually really dumb. I could have used that on the Womb Part, you know, 1 or 2 or whatever, and especially if it had been a Womb XL, I could have really made that world card a little bit more valuable because I would have been able to just use it once on the next floor, and we would not have even needed the map whatsoever. Now, unfortunately, these masks, I think I might have mentioned this before, the masks are probably some of my least favorite enemies in the entire game. I don't know where I'm going. I kind of mixed up the room here. I kind of thought that it was the boss room for some reason, but of course it is just the mini boss, so I wasted a whole lot of time coming over here for absolutely nothing. Now, if this was a Kingdom Hearts episode, or, you know, whatever else episode I would do, and by the way, I think I might have mentioned this in my update video, the Binding of Isaac episodes, this kind of like leads into what I was about to talk about anyway, but my Binding of Isaac episodes are going to have little to no editing. It sounds really like a, kind of a, I don't even know, like a bad thing to say that, but I kind of want it to be like that because I feel like a game like this doesn't really need editing to be a good series, if that makes sense. And there is our 15 cent right there. Gonna go back and buy the bomb. I was gonna say, if this was a Kingdom Hearts episode, I would probably go back and edit like the runs. If I had gone up to the left up there to the mini boss room instead of the boss room, if this were a game like Kingdom Hearts, I would have edited the run, you know, to basically speed it up, I guess, and go to the boss room. I don't know why I went in there, not really worth it, I guess. If I had found, I'm trying to think of what you can even find in the super secret room. If it had been like, you know, I was going to say Epic Fetus. I'm not even sure if you can find Epic Fetus in the super secret room. And even if you could, you get Epic Fetus by beating this challenge that we're on right now, so it wouldn't have been in there, even if it is part of the super secret room item pool. We're getting a lot of masks. I'm not sure if you can call these masks of infamy or not, but we're getting a lot of these masked enemies. I have a feeling that maybe the boss is going to be the mask of infamy. I'm not sure if that even makes sense as far as, you know, the game mechanics go. And we get, what am I even talking about? Of course we're going to get Mom. This is the final, you know, room, I should say, in the devs too. It would be really weird if we had gotten Mask of Infamy, because of course Mom is always the boss of the devs part 2, or Necropolis 2. You know, speaking of Necropolis 2, I don't believe, well, I don't see a 2 there. I don't think I mean, I do think I've gotten Necropolis 1 before. I wonder why. Maybe it's just too many characters to fit in the text box down there, if you know what I'm trying to say. You know, I've never seen Necropolis 1 or Necropolis 2 actually in the box down there before. Anyway, we're very close to defeating Mom here, and there we go. Unfortunately, we took a little bit of damage. Speaking of damage, we get a damage and tears up, or it's either range and damage or damage and tears, or whatever. Basically, that is a mislabeled item. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Now, I have a feeling the boss room is going to be over here. I hope it is, because I will be able to make very short work of this. We are at the, like, 10-minute mark right now. I wonder if Binding of Isaac speedrunning is actually a thing. I know people do races and stuff, but you can't really do a speed run per se. You can, of course. It's just like way too RNG heavy, I feel like, anyway. And speaking of heavy, I probably should not have picked that up, because the small rock is a damage up, of course, but I don't think it really applies to bombs at all. And it is also a speed down, which is not what we want in this situation. Unfortunately, that is not the boss room right there, so I'm just going to go ahead and bomb my way out of here. Actually, oh wait, I was going to say, maybe it would have, or maybe it was, but based on the layout of the floor, it definitely couldn't be. For some reason, I thought that it was, it might turn around right there, and there was one more room I had gone to or whatever. That is not the boss room either. I don't know what that pill is, but I definitely don't even care what it is at this point. In the next boss, I might as well go ahead and use the Chariot card, because maybe that will do a little bit more damage, and then I can go into my, bomb brigade thing. Gonna go, blow up judgment here, go blow up judgment, kind of turned into one word there. If there are enemies in these rooms coming up, which I have a feeling there are going to be, might as well just go ahead and blow up the door. Unfortunately, blowing up the door, you have to have like an absolutely perfect aim. And sometimes it just turns out to be better to blow up the enemies, I guess. Another bomb pickup, and it seems like the more, bomb items you have, it seems like the more bomb pickups you have. And I know there's some sort of mechanic where basically if you have Dr. Fetus or Epic Fetus, I think they give you like the homing bomb items and stuff like that a little bit more often. I think that's kind of funny how they do that, especially like it seems like that would make the game a lot easier if you have Epic Fetus or Dr. Fetus and stuff like Mega Bombs and, homing bombs. It seems like maybe they wouldn't want to give you the tools you would need to make the runs easier, but I guess, that just kind of makes sense to get extra bomb items if your only method of attacking is bombs, because like I said before, things like damage ups don't apply to items like bombs, I don't believe. If anybody out there is watching and you know more about the mechanics of the game than I do, I would definitely be interested in hearing that. Now, I have absolutely no idea where the boss is going to be. Might as well go ahead and blow up these rocks right here. It's always a good idea to blow up rocks in the womb. I know I haven't been, but it's also always a good idea, I should say, because you never know when one of those rocks in the womb is going to be a tinted rock, because the tinted rocks in the womb are always the same color as the regular rocks, I guess, so you never know. Here we're fighting Wrath, or not Wrath. Is this Wrath? I actually don't even remember. Like I said, I don't even know the names of most of the enemies. That's kind of weird, because usually when I play games, I'm really interested in I'd love to get off of Wrath here, or whatever the name of this enemy is. Usually when I play games, I really enjoy knowing, like, the lore behind things. I guess Binding of Isaac was never one of those games where I really cared about the lore too much. Like, I know the basic gist of the story, if you can even say that there really is a storyline, but like I said, the enemy names were just never really something that I paid attention to for some reason. One more of these rolling enemies, I might as well go ahead and take care of it. When that door blew open right there, I was actually thinking about just walking through it. We get Pinky Eye here. I don't think that even does anything with bombs, unfortunately. If that gives us poison bombs every once in a while, that might actually be kind of cool, but I do not believe that that is how that works. Also, because there are no item rooms, I did kind of mention this already. Because there are no item rooms, we're not going to be, of course, getting any items except for what is already in the boss room, so we're not going to have the opportunity to get things like the homing bombs or the mega bombs or whatever, and that is a little bit bad, I guess. And that one actually was a poison bomb. I got 2 poison bombs in a row right there, so I guess Pinky Eye does actually apply to the Dr. Fetus item. I didn't think that would actually work, but apparently it does. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and try and bomb my way through. Maybe not the best idea. I'm getting kind of low on HP here. I do have a significant portion of HP left, so I'm not too worried. Especially once we get to the Mom boss fight, it won't be that big of a deal because, bombs are really effective against Mom. Now that we're getting very low on HP, I didn't realize how low we were getting. Might as well come in here, and that's a fortune teller machine, unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to play it and get hearts, and that didn't give us anything either. Maybe if we blow up this, we'll get a heart. Fortunately, we did get a heart there, so now we are up to 4 possible, damage. We're able to take 4 more damage instead of whatever we were at, like 3 or something like that. I am getting extremely careless here. That is kind of like the risk you take, though, when you do speed runs, you kind of gotta take a few risks, and I haven't taken even as many risks as I possibly could have taken, so this could have gone a lot worse. We are at the boss here, though. Unfortunately, there were no heart pickups in that room. Now, if I could go ahead and get rid of these lasers or whatever, that would be extremely good, because those lasers always get on my case, and those are probably some of the hardest enemies for me anyway in the mob boss fight. Don't really know why. It just seems like the laser, of course, it just goes exactly where they aim, and you can't really dodge it unless you were, I guess, really good. But Mom is in its permanent bomb phase here or whatever, and there we go. We get Mega Fetus. I know that was kind of a haphazard run, but, and there's not really any point in going to Sheol here. Just gonna go ahead and open up the chest. I know that was a little bit of a haphazard run there, but I wanted to make it a little bit stylish, I guess, because, of course, Dr. Fetus is one of those types of items where you can do that. But let me know what you guys think of the series. I noticed it's not getting exactly the reception I thought it would, but I know Isaac has that sort of fan base where a lot of people are dedicated to it, so I definitely would like to continue bringing you guys these episodes. And my capture card is in the mail, so my next main series that actually has, you know, a little bit more effort, I guess you could say, a little bit more editing, will be starting up probably sometime next week. But I want to thank you guys for watching this episode of Let's Play The Binding of Isaac. I hope to see you guys back for the next one.